Mountain View Volleyball is live only on MyLocalRadio.com. MyLocalRadio.com is here to bring you live video coverage of Mountain View sports. With the opening serve quickly approaching, let's join Jake Hibbard, voice of the Buffaloes, in the MyLocal Radio broadcast booth for pregame coverage.
Hey, welcome back. If you were listening to Lyman and Powell, you heard the Lyman Eagles defeat Powell in 2-0 in deciding fashion in that final set, 21-13 after 4 set points. Now we have Mountain View versus Douglas. An interesting matchup, I would say, as we move straight on in to out of pregame coverage and into the game coverage of Douglas, undefeated in today's tournament, as is Mountain View. Both won their quarterfinal matchup, now into the semifinals. Mountain View went 2-1 in their games yesterday and setting up to try to take in a championship berth. And of course, they'll have to go against a fantastic team and one that's still reeling a little bit with some injuries. 3 players, varsity players, normally out for injury. So as you hear this rotation and when you see it again, whether you're a Buff or a Lyman Eagle fan, when you see it again at state, it's probably going to look a little bit different than it does now. But as it stands, starting off with Douglas at the rotation outside hitters. Allie Olson wears number 28, a 5'8" sophomore, and Jocelyn Igo wears number 27, a 5'6" junior. Allison Fertig, a junior, 6'4", middle blocker, wears number 45. Andy Hunsaker, normally a libero, playing middle blocker today, 5'4", a senior. Right side hitter is Kinley Johnson, and she wears number 14, a 5'10" junior, and a 5'7" junior is the setter, Camden Townsend. And there is no libero because that's Andy Hunsaker playing at middle blocker today. For Mountain View, Casey Bugus is the libero, slapping hands with Olivia Meeks as Meeks goes down to the bench before she'll take her back row rotations and move up to the front line. And we'll see Meeks for the first time. Opening serve goes to Haley Stevens, and we are underway on this contest. Semifinal action. Fertig with a line shot. And one shot and a kill for Allison. And that's how we start off. Kill in for Fertig, 6'4" junior, playing middle blocker. A good swing on her. It's improved from last year, and it was pretty good last year. Outside attack for Allie Rinker, and the Buffs going down the line. Picked up. And still playing on the Buff side is Kylie Dellinger trying an attack. Tipped back down by Fertig. Returned up on a dive, but looks like Ashley Timms got hit in the head of Dellinger. They bonked heads, and that's a point for Douglas. Back-to-back kills for Fertig. See how Timms is doing. She is struggling right now. I think she's got maybe hit in the nose. Backline attack, or attack up to the right side. Kylie Dellinger goes cross-court. Picked up in a beautiful setup by Townsend. They try to Fertig. She's blocked, but it stays back over on Mountain View side. Rinker with the 6-foot line attack. Cross-court shoot down. And just put it a little bit to the cross. Allie Rinker with her first kill of the contest. 2-1 on the board, brought to you by Benedict's Market and True Value. Caitlin Timms, the serving specialist, in for Mountain View, down 2-1. Punch over, good serve up by Timms. Long run for Camden Townsend, and a third bump does not quite get over. It goes out of bounds on the attempt by Andy Hunsaker. Let's give it back to Caitlin Timms for the serve. Punch over, back middle, and it's Hunsaker with the first touch up. Fertig at the middle, power attack, and it's in. And that is in, and a point for Fertig. He has all 3 of Douglas's kills so far. A force at the middle. And Fertig, also part of the 2-time defending state champion Douglas Bearcats basketball team. Camry Hutchings sets up to Olivia Meeks, who misses and hits it into the net. Now with a moment, let's give you your Mountain View rotation players. Middle blockers are Olivia Meeks, number 6, and then number 10, Kylie Dellinger. Right side hitter, a freshman, number 13, Ashley Timms. Cortland Condis, a backline defensive specialist, in getting the first return up, and a nice line shot is just in by a hair by Allie Rinker. Rinker and Stevens are your 2 outside hitters. Emily Bugus checking in for Ashley Timms is your defensive specialist alongside Cortland Condis And then you have the libero, Casey Bugas. Did I miss anyone? Yes, I did. Camry Hutchings, your sophomore setter, wears number 11. Those are your starters and rotation players for Mountain View. Tipped down by Olivia Meeks on a ball down over the net. Give her a kill for that as she was swinging, and it's 4-4. I was excited to see how this contest played out because Douglas looks like one of the stronger teams in the state and the 3A level, and Mountain View's been looking very well in this tournament. See how they match up against it. To the outside, and it's touched down by Hutchings. Bumped over back from the Bearcats to Mountain View side, and a tip over by Rinker. Back to Douglas. It's Townsend with a dump set. Casey Bucas bumps it up to Condis, who attacks out of bounds. Lead to Douglas. Now these games are a little bit weird, and 21 points is all you need. And this best 2 out of 3 sets, not 3 out of 5, and not to 25. And also Douglas has some players out, but certainly for a very young Mountain View team as they give up an ace. And on that ace play, it was a player I don't have for the second. Just give me a second to grab her. Add her to the rotation there as a serving specialist. That is Chloe Collins with the ace there. Back set from Hutchings, and Rinker tries on a right side attack. Outside shot down for Igo, picked up by the Buffs. And a line attack for Rinker, picked up by Douglas. Townsend high and outside and into the net by Jocelyn Igo. Point back to Mountain View. It's a tight one, 6-5. Serve from Allie Rinker. And to the middle, they try Igo again. Defense push up from Rinker works. She gets a backline attack to the middle. It's to Townsend. Big setup at the middle. It's Hunsiker, 5'4", playing middle. Normally a libero and a pretty good swing. Olivia Meeks returns fire out of the middle position for Mountain View, and it's point to the Buffs. Tie game 6-6. 2 kills for Rinker, 2 kills for Olivia Meeks for Mountain View. And 6-all on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Igo out of bounds. And she go way too long. Jocelyn Igo with the air, and it's 7-6 in favor of Mountain View. Allie Rinker still on the serve. High return up from Igo. She wants the middle attack again. Instead, it's outside this time to Hunsiker. And it's a block from Olivia Meeks. 8-6 Mountain View. About 1:18 p.m. So we are a little ahead of what I think we initially thought the games might be going, as Allie Rinker bumps it out of bounds, trying to get just any push up. 8-7 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Mountain View leads Douglas. Kinley Johnson checks into the game, a right side hitter. Serve for Townsend. Bump up from Rinker. And a little shot down. Haley Stevens got on top of the ball from about 6 feet out of the net and to the left of the antenna and put a downward trajectory on it. First kill of the game for Stevens, and it's a good one. 9-7 the score. Casey Bugas serve. Give her a kill there as well. Credit Casey Bugas with that great serve and an early candidate for the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision play of the game. Jump serve over again. Push up, double contact, ace lift called. And those 2 serves right there force a timeout for Douglas. 11-7, Mountain View leads on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard on this First Bank presentation of Mountain View Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Mountain View feeling pretty good right now as they have an 11-7 lead on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Douglas taking their time out of the timeout break. And we give away our Dr. McKay Franklin Precision play of the game after that second serve, which was an ace by Casey Bugas. Those 2 serves give Mountain View a 4-point lead. And Precise serving is a great way to start off your team on the right foot. A floating serve over on a third. Tied on the net, Townsend to the outside, and a good cross-court attack there. That was by Kinley Johnson. She moves over to the right side, but not in time to get a good block on Haley Stevens on the Mountain View outside, and it's a point right out of the break. Buffs. 3 kills for Haley Stevens, 12-7. The tally on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Casey Bugis, she's gone floating serve, now a line drive, power one. Picked up, Townsend on the setup. Little bump outside, Jocelyn Igo to the middle. Dellinger winds up, bounces it off the tape to the bench, and a kill for Kylie Dellinger. 4th buff in 13 points to register a termination on an attack. 13-7. Bugis on the serve. This back to the loft. Set up. And just a bump over by Hunsicker. Here's Camry Hutchings to the outside. Stevens elevates, but misses. Point back to Douglas on the attacking air by Haley Stevens. Out of the game for Douglas is Chloe Collins, number 19. And still stuck out of the game is Allison Furtig. Camry Hutchings dump sets it over, and she gets the kill. 13-8 becomes 14-8 as soon as they update that Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. There it goes. 6-point lead. Camry Hutchings serves over. On to Douglas's side, a bump over. Rinker with the first touch. Hutchings back set, and a wind up by the freshman Ashley Timms. Picked up on the cross court. Dump over onto the Buff side. Bump set from Hutchings. And Haley Stevens finds a hole between the back right and middle defender. A 4th kill of the set for Haley Stevens, 15-8 on that board. Camry Hutchings serves, just inbounds. First touch, Igo to the middle. It goes. Hunsicker with the attack. Handled by Casey Bugis of Mountain View. Dellinger flips up on a little left-handed attack on the offset from Hutchings, and it's a kill. 2 for Dellinger in the set. 16-8 on the board. Scoreboard brought to you by Benedict's Market and True Value. And a timeout taken. We'll take one as well. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
16-8, I've been letting that scoreboard go as we've been having so many games, but finally need to bump it over because it looks like part of that is out of view. There we go, get it back in view. Go between 2 streams and getting all those games going. I had to, if the scoreboard's visible, kind of just let it go, but there we go, back out of the break. A long attack from Douglas is out of bounds, and it was Allie Olson there on the shot and air. Point Mountain View, 17-8 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Camry Hutchings serves over. First attack, back to number 28 for Douglas, Allie Olson. Dellinger goes for the middle shot, finds a wide open hole, and Dellinger having the set of her life. 3 kills, all coming in quick fashion, and she's having a ball out there. 18-8 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. May have to give out Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Players of the Game there on the kills from Dellinger, preceded by the great serving of Casey Bugis. 18-8. Olson tips it over. First touch by Stevens. And the right side attack. Timms pushes it back middle. First is a back middle return, and then it's over to Johnson on the attack on the right side. Stevens to terminate. Down the line. No, she goes cross court and does just that. Stevens ecstatic and unconscious in the first set. 5 kills in 19 points. 2 points away from a set 1 winner and a blowout over Douglas. Push up on the serve by Hutchings. Casey Bugis for Mountain View with the first touch. Hutchings to Stevens. Left-handed push is picked up by Townsend. To the middle it goes, and Hunsicker down, but Casey Bugis with a diving slave and a great pass at that. A kill, number 6 for Haley Stevens. Set number 1 is at set point. 20-8. Hutchings serving for Mountain View. Here's Hutchings on the serve over. It's back to the right side. Townsend up high, and it goes over by Johnson. Flip back by Dellinger onto the Douglas Bearcats. It's Olsen with the attack off 2 blockers. Bugis is there to make a great save, but it's preempted by a net touch by Ashley Timms. Set point number 2. Mountain View not too worried about that net touch. They've got a lot of set points to work with. Andy Hunsicker with the serve over. Hutchings out to Timms, attacking from the left side. She's blocked but digs it out of the net. Hutchings back line to Rinker. Good termination, and it's a kill from the back row. Allie Rinker ends it. Just 3 kills in the set, but she didn't need it because incredible performance all around at the attacking front line by Mountain View. 3 kills from Rinker, 6 from Stevens, 2 from Meeks, 3 from Dellinger, and 1 from Hutchings. And Mountain View runs away with the first set, 21-9, the final on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. We'll be back with set 2 action in just a bit on this First Bank presentation of Mountain View Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com.
The Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio is back for another year with a bit of a twist. Join me, Jake Hibbert, as I transition from covering Evanston and becoming the voice of the Mountain View Buffs and Lyman Eagles. I'll be live every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. with news, analysis, and guests as we focus on the Bridger Valley and beyond. We'll cover the happenings around the area and across the state landscape. We would also like to welcome onto the show as a regular this year, Dennis Lynch of Auto Farm Chevrolet. Join us every Wednesday on KNYN 99.1 FM in the Evanston listening area for the Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio. If you can't catch it then, don't worry. We'll post all the episodes up to mylocalradio.com, or you can also find it by searching and subscribing to the Wyoming Prep Podcast on iTunes or Google Play. The Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio, presented by Auto Farm Chevrolet, every Wednesday, August through March on KNYN 99.1 FM in Evanston, or online anytime at mylocalradio.com, or of course at the Wyoming Prep Podcast on wherever you get your podcasts. The Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio. Come join in on the fun.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Set number 2, almost ready to start. And Douglas on the left side of the net in the white jerseys, black shorts. Mountain View in the purple jerseys, black shorts on the right. And the first serve by Hunsicker is an air into the net. Point Mountain View. Haley Stevens with the serve up for the Buffs. On to Douglas's side, backline attack from Igo, and a diving attempt from Casey Bugis, not quite. She's been making plays all season long like that, but that one just a little bit in front of where she could get to. Mountain View looking loose out there and excited after running away with a set 1 victory over a very solid Buffs or Douglas program. Middle attack from Hereford is ruled out of bounds. I don't know about that one. 2-1. Kendall Hereford, I thought she had her first kill of the game. She's playing some middle, it looks like, in this contest in set number 2. Hard attack from Rinker down the line, but defended up by Douglas. Push up by Dellinger at just past the net. Rinker tips it over 2 blockers, and Fertig can't get a hand on it. Allie Rinker just tooled the block of a 6'4" middle, who was one of the top in the state. First kill of the set for Mountain View, and it goes Allie Rinker's way. Fertig, as of a couple weeks ago, was averaging a little over 2 blocks per match, and that's stuff blocks down. Caitlin Timms with the touch up after the serve. Backline attack, or back side attack by Hereford, and there is Allison Fertig with that power block. She gets the stuff down. 3-2 Douglas. And it should be noted that Mountain View played the last half of that set with Fertig on the bench. They kept her out of the rotations. And that's huge, and that's key if you're going to play this Douglas team. To the middle, Olivia Meeks goes off the block again, trying to get off a block to Fertig, but Meeks sends it down, giving up several inches to Allison. She looks a little frustrated right there. She's had one stuff block in between of 2 blocking errors. Serve is Emily Bugis. High setup, Townsend to the right side. Fertig cross quarter, picked up by Emily. Backline attack, Cortland Condos winds up and shoots it. It's returned. Olsen with the touch up. No, that was Igo, returned over the net. On the first touch is Bugis. To Hutchings, dump set attempted. Puts them out of system a little bit. Hunsicker gets it up, and a diving play made to get it over the line. Rinker returns fire. It's blocked. Tied at the net, touchdown by Hutchings. Wow. Let's get a number on that play right there. A diving play. And just a punch over the net. Is that Emma Saunders, maybe? No, it was Chloe Collins, number 19. 4-3 is the score after the Mountain View point, and then tied back up 4-4 for Douglas. Chloe Collins. Well, if she was just a Mountain View buff, that'd be an easy play of the game there. Well, we've had some great buffs as well, and Casey Bugis serving, and we're going to give that code to Kylie Dellinger as well for the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision play of the game. But Andy Hunsicker trying to bring her team back. 5-4 the score, and Douglas on top. Back to serve is Alyssa Bullington. Bullington with her first plays of the day, playing as a DS. 5-4, Douglas leads it. Igo goes sharp cross. Rinker with a good pass up. Camry Hutchings, dump set, returned over the net. Back to Hutchings on the setup. She goes to Rinker. Wind up on 2 blockers, and is out of bounds. Point. Buffs. 2 kills for Rinker in the set. 5-all. High setup, Townsend to the middle. Igo winds up and Jocelyn into the net. Back-to-back points for Mountain View. This for a right to play in the championship match of a 3A state preview with all 16 teams here. It's come down to 4. In the middle, Igo is blocked by Olivia Meeks. Beautiful run there by Meeks as a sophomore. She's getting her blocking hands going, and that time she was straight up. She was tight with the net. She had a slight motion forward on that, so no chance for that ball to go back. Outstanding block there. Return fire from Douglas. On an outside attack, Andy Hunsicker ties it back up. And no, makes it a 1-point game, 7-6 on that Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Serve for Camden Townsend. Of Douglas, right side attack. Meeks with the left hand. Opens up, tee off, and a middle block by Haley Stevens. Give her a block there as she was jousting right at the line with Kinley Johnson. Stevens with an incredible first set. 6 kills. Casey Bugis with a hard serve. She had a couple of aces. Well, 1 ace and 1 basic ace that preceded it. Hutchings at the middle. Dellinger winds up. Hit the net, but it was off the top of the tape, so it's legal and inbounds kill for Dellinger. It looked like for a bit Mountain View was going to falter in this second set as Allison Fertig was up in the front line and wreaking tear, but then a couple of blocks off of Fertig, and then traded points moved her back to the bench where she sat almost most of that first set in that entire back half. And now stuck in a rotation, Douglas takes a timeout, down 10-6. Mountain View leading on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard, 10-6. And we'll be back. This is a First Bank presentation of Buffs Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com.
Light up your world with a custom.
All right, we're back. Apologies for that. My internet source went out, and I don't have a good reason for it. So I connected to a different one, and we're back on now. It's 14-11 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Allison Fertig is back into the contest for Douglas, and a little flip over, missed a couple of plays, so a kill here and there. I won't have at the end of the stats, but we are back on the game, which was the most important thing of it all. Meeks from the assist by Hutchings. Kill Olivia Meeks. 15-11. And what a run as the Buffs, up 1-0 are trying to earn a spot in the 3A State Preview Championship match. Into the net and out of sorts goes Allie Olson. Timeout taken by Douglas. Let's hope nothing bad happens this time when we go to timeout. That's kind of when we went off last time. But 16-11 Mountain View on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard on a First Bank presentation of Mountain View Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
A service error by Caitlin Timms out of the break makes it 16-12 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Mountain View leading Douglas, set number 2, best 221 of 3 sets. Outside attack from Rinker, middle, return, Allison Fertig goes off the hands of Olivia Meeks. And it tightens right up with Fertig up in the front row, 16-13. This is a great learning opportunity for both teams early on in the year, 2 teams that could be seeing each other come November. Middle attack, Meeks in the middle. She delivers with determination. 2 blocks for Olivia Meeks. Put that on with 5 kills, and it's 17-13. Again, apologies for that blip in our internet service. I don't know, I had to switch providers, I guess you could say. I'm on my phone right now. The jetpack I had wasn't giving any internet. The internet at the Rawlins is not working, so hey, Fertig gets blocked on the right side. To the outside goes Igo. And it's picked up by Mountain View. Rinker trying to end it. No, it's blocked by Fertig. Condis gets it back over. Douglas sets up Fertig. She goes cross court. It's a great thing when you're 6'4". She could wait on that one as the set was a little off where she thought it was. Then she jumped and delivered an outstanding attack to make it 17-14. Benedict's Market and True Value bringing the scoreboard. Serve up for Douglas. Tight game all of a sudden, 17-14. Tough bump set by Meeks, picked up in the back line from Collins. Big touch from Igo, deflected at the net. Rinker to the outside is set up by Hutchings, and it is out of bounds. Rinker is blocked, but it's out of bounds, so the point goes to Mountain View. 18-14 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Allie Rinker serving. Kill for Rinker, and again, I missed a couple at least as we were down, and I forwent keeping stats to trying to get us back into the contest. Igo, cross-court attack, diving save made by Emily Bugas. What a play there. Stevens pops it over the net. Townsend outside to Igo against two blockers. It's sent back down to Douglas' side. Try it again, says Igo, and a pancake not up for Rinker. A little donut hole find. And a kill for Igo. 18-15 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Emily Bugas with the first touch for Mountain View. Haley Stevens goes cross court. High return by Chloe Collins, but it is good. Igo over two blockers. Bugas with the first touch. Hutchings sets up to the middle, and Meeks goes up cross court. Picked up right side, and a little touch over the net. Tight on the line, and it is not over. A bad return by Meeks, and Hutchings tries to bump it over her head. We're tight. 18-16 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. And Camden Townsend, the setter with the serve. Line drive, Rinker dives and makes the play. Good return up. Hutchings to Stevens off two blockers. Softens the blow, allows Townsend to get it. But a double hit as two players quite literally both hit it. And it's 19-16. Kinley Johnson and Andy Hunsicker both got hands on that ball. 19-16, and Casey Bugas with an ace. Right on the line. Casey puts Mountain View at match point number 1. An ace in the first, an ace in the second. Here's Bugas with the serve. It's a lofter. Diving play made by Collins to the right side. Igo is out of bounds on the attack, and Mountain View has advanced to the Rawlins Invitational Championship match. They will take on either Rawlins or Pinedale. And that will be the culminating match of this contest. 16 teams entered. And we're down to 2 after the final semifinal match. Mountain View, one of the 2, heading to the championship of this 3A state preview. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View Volleyball, live and online at mylocalradio.com.
It's important to feel like you belong. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we understand the value of connection. When you become a member, you join our family. You become an owner of a not-for-profit financial organization, and your success becomes our success. We give back to our members by offering lower loan rates, fewer fees, higher yields, and more products and services. Become a member of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, and let's work together to reach your financial goals. We're a caring partner here for you. Member NCUA.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
No excuses, just results for the Mountain View Buffs, who have knocked down the Douglas Bearcats in straight sets on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard, and have advanced on to the 3A state preview championship match here at the Rawlins Volleyball Invitational. Now here's the thing. I'm told, it's my first year doing this tournament, but I'm told the winner of this is oftentimes cursed. You don't want to win this one because the team that wins it, they say, doesn't win state. Well, last year the Lyman Eagles were at this tournament, and if you know much about that Lyman team, is that they never lost a match That includes here. They won it last year and then went on to win the state tournament. So if you're Mountain View, maybe thinking, hey, that applies, but only if you're not in Uinta County. Lyman has another match coming up as well. Right now we are getting set for the other semifinal gold bracket match between Rawlins and Pinedale, the winner of which will play Mountain View in the culminating match tonight here at the Rawlins Volleyball Invitational. But after this contest is over, we will be back online with Lyman versus Warland in the consolation final. And then after that, there'll be the third place match, and then Mountain View and Rawlins will finish out the tournament. That's it for us on this stream, but we've got 2 more to come, a consolation final and the championship match of Mountain View versus either Rawlins or Pinedale, coming up in a couple of hours from now on this First Bank presentation of Mountain View Volleyball, online at mylocalradio.com.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. We appreciate you tuning in to this mylocalradio.com exclusive of Mountain View Buffaloes Athletics. We would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors and partners who make this all possible. And of course, thank you for tuning in. Check out our website for more information about future Mountain View broadcasts, or like us on Facebook to stay up to date with the games. Until next time, go Buffs!